I had the mushroom part down the middle
Really?
in the 90s.
What happened?
Oh yeah,
Really?
it was what happened? I got beat up.
No, this.
Oh,
No.
really?
No.
Oh.
Oh.
Maybe.
Oh.
Aw. Welcome to the Monarch Experience podcast. I am your host, Mr. Ancona. Here at the Monarch Experience podcast, we're all about giving students the platform to be able to voice their opinions about what matters most to them. And today, what matters most to them is a decade that they were not even alive for. It was a decade that their parents were alive for, but likely were in high school. We're going to fact check that or not. It was a decade that I was alive and lived during. I'm still living in this decade, but it was a decade I was fully aware, partially becoming fully aware of the world around me. Tumultuous time period and decade that it was. We're talking about the 90s. We're talking about most things 90s. So obviously in a less than an hour podcast, we're not going to be able to talk about every single thing related to the 90s and all things that deal with the 90s. But we're going to be chatting about a lot of different things, whether it's pop culture, music, movies, television, some fashion trends, some cultural phenomenons that have come and gone and have left ever since that we look back on and laugh, whether it's haircuts or styles of clothing or fads or phrases. We're going to be chatting about, hopefully, all of it. And I'm super excited. Before we dive into this, be sure to follow us on our social media accounts. Content creators in the podcast club are doing an amazing job on TikTok at Monarch XP. You can follow us on Snapchat at the Monarch Experience Podcast. Look for the bald guy. And then you could always follow us on Twitter, our least active social media presence. We got to change that. At the Monarch XP. All right, let's get down to it. We got two amazing guests here today, and we're going to be chatting about all things the 90s. Palak and Rabaab. Palak, what's going on? Say hi to our audience.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Ooh, it's so cultural.
I looked it up because
you
don't
did?
like hi.
Okay.
So
Palak knows. Don't
yeah.
say hi. Right? That automatically gets you kicked out. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Middle of the podcast. Like, just disconnect your microphone. Don't even tell you.
Just leave the school.
No, we just let you sit there and make you think that you're talking and that you're going to be on it. And little do you know, I've just unplugged yours and you're just talking into the air. Palak, it's great to have you. Super pumped to be able to do this. You were one of the people that gravitated towards this topic, so I'm really excited to get to chat with you about it. Rabaab, you were one of the people, actually, you were the originator of the idea of doing an episode on a decade and talking about the cultural phenomenons. Rabaab, say hey to our audience.
Salutations.
Rabaab is obsessed for the last 25 minutes over what thing to say instead of hi. And salutations is what we landed on. How you feeling about that?
I feel like that was a unique choice because that's not what I was going for at all.
What were you going to go for? What were some of the ones that were in play?
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
No, that's
Okay.
like good morning. I think.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
I'm doing good in Spanish, but like the thing that I'm doing is I'm memorizing what she's teaching.
Gotcha.
See how much
So-
she overthinks it?
I'm losing.
Yeah, I know Rabaab from the podcast club, but this is another side of her that
She's
I am
just,
seeing a lot of overthinking.
like,
I
it's
mean,
just a
we're talking about
greeting.
what to say when I said, say hello to our audience, and she's obsessing over what to say. You can say buenos dias because
It's like not good. Isn't it that?
It's
like,
okay.
Good morning.
that we're recording in the afternoon, but there will be people who will be listening in the morning. What a great way to start your day, putting on the Monarch Experience podcast on the bus.
Wait, I'm gonna sing.
What were some other options you were going with?
I don't know. That's what I had. I was gonna say like hello or something.
Yeah, don't say hello or something.
Yeah.
Hello or something is terrible.
Yeah, I could tell. Like after you said like maybe don't do that, and I was like,
Yeah.
well, that was what I was going for. That's what I was gonna start off with.
Just
So-
started off your experience on the podcast basically just with sheer panic and overthinking and crippling anxiety.
Yeah.
Great, we'll just unplug your microphone too. It is so great to have both of you. I'm really excited to get to chat with both of you
it's
about
Buenos tardes.
a decade that I was alive during. So we're going to have very different perspectives on this. One from me that was living during it. I turned 5 years old in 1990, and then in 2000 I graduated 8th grade. So I went through a lot of changes during that decade.
I feel like though, even if it was like the 90s, like if you go on like YouTube and like randomly you open up your For You page, I don't know if this is for everybody, but I usually see like these people who are like trying to recreate like things that were in their like 90s, and I see so much that things from the 90s, they were still existing in the early 20s, like that.
Yeah, so I think what we're going to probably see a lot of is, as we start chatting about this, we're going to see a lot of things that I think have come back, because the 90s is, I guess depending on if you want to count it as 1990 or 1999 as being like the 90, like you're looking at basically 30 years ago. So trends tend to get recycled. Fashion gets recycled every 20, sometimes even less, but 20, 25 years, things get recycled. So, I mean, and you have a lot of people who are growing up in the 90s now who are parents, right? And I'm one of them, where a lot of the stuff that I grew up listening to, liking, being engaged in or with or collecting is now, they're catering it towards my generation, because now my generation can have my children watching and be a part of that. And that's going to be a huge part of what we're going to talk about too, because the nostalgia for the 90s is like, it is going strong. It is like nonstop. There are reboots, there are redos of shows and movies that were so popular during that time. So we got plenty of time to talk about all these things. In the meanwhile, Palak, when I say the 90s, first thing that comes to your mind?
Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World. I love you. That is amazing. That is the best answer. And speaking of like redos and remakes and like recycling that nostalgia, and we'll get there, I'm sure, when we start talking about like TV shows and like the family, like the dynamic of like the family sitcom that was kind of dying off in the 90s, but like Boy Meets World, what a stalwart. Probably my favorite show maybe of all time. Rabaab, when I say 90s, first thing that pops in your head?
Friends.
So we both went TV shows.
Yeah.
Okay. And I mean, again, we're going to talk about Friends, and we're going to talk about that cultural phenomenon and how it is.
I think it's still very popular right now.
It's incredibly popular.
So.
I kind of look at Friends and the Beatles being very similar for middle schoolers. For me, it's so hard for me, because like I think when you're living in a decade, you're not thinking about it as a decade. You're just thinking of it as like, I wake up, I brush my teeth. I go to school, I put on the radio, this is what they play. I put on a show, this is what's on. We don't think of it so much as like popular. Like, I don't think that you two are probably realizing that you're in the midst of a decade, that in 20 years we'll likely have nostalgia towards it and you'll have lived it, which is kind of crazy to think. I think toys. Like when I think 90s, I think toys.
Because you were young and
Because
stuff.
I was younger. And because so much of those toys, like a lot of 80s toys, have become kind of like collectible-ish for people in my generation. So like I still have Batman action figures that like my son plays with them.
Really?
I don't play with them. Don't judge me. I still have like Ninja Turtle action figures that like I had as a kid growing up. Power Ranger action figures were like insane, where parents would kill each other at Toys R Us trying to get them. My parents didn't love me enough to obviously do that. Just kidding, Mom and Dad. So I think for me, when I think 90s, I think like nostalgia, but I think like toys because I grew up. Being that 2 out of 3 of us started by saying TV.
Yeah.
Boy Meets World, Friends. What about those two shows do you feel like is just so iconically 90s?
I feel like when I was watching Boy Meets World, it's really weird because I watched like its comeback first, and then I watched the old show.
Okay.
Because I didn't know it existed until my brother told me. But
you started with Girl Meets World.
Yeah.
Which is super Disney-fied.
Yeah.
Like the colors, like the perfect bedroom. It's very like...
Oh my God.
Like,
The perfect bedroom.
The Disney bedroom is unbelievable. It's always like vibrant colors everywhere. Like that kid has an interior decorator that she calls at all times.
Oh, and there's like that window and there's
The
like
bay
the
window.
ladder.
The bay window,
Yes.
like
The
the
bay
reading
window.
nook. Oh, that's the dream.
And then they
Yeah.
used to like that little sitting area
Yeah.
where they used to sit by their like window and look out. It's like
Yes.
very classic,
Oh
honestly.
yeah, Riley, right?
Yes,
so
and then her best friend.
We watched. Wait, who's the best friend?
I forgot. It was like the actor was Sabrina Carpenter. I don't know the actor.
Yeah, I know that too. Like Serena Carpenter.
I can
That's
see her
it.
face now, actually. So she was Sean, and Riley was Corey,
Yeah.
because
I
her
think.
friend was like the bad girl.
Oh yeah.
Sean was the bad boy, right?
Mm.
Okay, so think about what just happened here. So a current show with mainly current actors and actresses, they did a reboot, and they did it pretty smart. I thought it wasn't
Yeah.
like terrible. And we've kind of seen this now happen a lot over the years, where like the kids from the first show have kids of their own, and then it's
Yeah.
following their storyline, which is like, it's smart because it doesn't just rely on nostalgia. How did you then get back into it? And have you watched all Boy Meets World?
So
And why is Boy Meets World better?
okay. I feel like Boy Meets World. When the person is watching it, they have more thoughts about it, because these days, like, you can watch a show from like Disney Plus that just came out, and you'll be like, oh, this happens in like every TV show I watch. But when you watch Boy Meets World, you're like, wow, so this is how they did stuff in the 90s, and it's just like a different experience.
I like that. What specifically do you feel like? Can you think of anything off the top of your head from Boy Meets World that felt like a different experience? Because I think in order for it to be so enjoyable by someone your age, probably tells you that it's not that different of an experience than what you have.
Well,
Because it's
one
relatable.
thing is like the place, like the setting in general. It's like, oh, her room is so like colorful.
Okay.
It's like empowering the entire thing. But when you watch Boy Meets World, it's like his room is just. It's like you think of, I don't know, like your grandma's house. And
Because
stuff like
Grandma's
that.
house might have looked like that in
Yeah.
1992.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally hear that. I think that helps take you back. One of the things for me that I think really strikes me with Boy Meets World is, so Mr. Feeney is my hero.
Yeah.
What I love about the show too is the writing. I think the writing is incredible. You have, and people who are listening who've watched Boy Meets World or know me, I've talked about Boy Meets World a lot. I love the show. All the lessons that Mr. Feeney happens to be teaching in school that day, whether it's, an iconic one is he's teaching about prejudice with Anne Frank during the Holocaust.
Yeah.
And in that episode, in their personal lives, Eric's girlfriend experiences prejudice and racism like at the mall that day. And Corey's like, wait, this doesn't just happen in history. This is like a thing. Like, it's kind of
Yeah.
It's cheesy, right? It's a 30-minute or
Yeah.
22-minute sitcom, and everything gets wrapped up nicely. But I think like I love that everything that they were learning in school always somehow was happening in real life, and that's where the characters kind of realize it. Mr. Feeney, my wife had Mr. Feeney, the actor, give me like a Father's Day cameo wish, and it was like, it's amazing. I'll show you later. Rabaab, Boy Meets World fan or no Boy Meets World fan?
I actually really like the show. I watched it with my sister, actually. It was like the same thing why I liked Friends. It was how they just made it. Like, when you look over in like shows now, I feel like there's such a big difference to like when you look at like maybe it's even like the TV quality for me. I feel like that plays a role. I feel like how they generally dress, like when I compare myself, I see kids these days, I see hoodies, I see leggings, and I see like white sneakers or like Uggs or something like that. I see that every day, and I'm used to it. But then when I look back at like their fashion sets, I find it so unique, and I find it really
the jeans. They used to like wear jeans, and then you wear like a dress over the jeans.
Yeah. And for Corey, and the leather jacket for Sean.
Yeah.
That was.
And
leather
like
jackets
belt.
have always kind of been like recycling, right? Since like the 50s and being like the greaser. But Corey's, I see Corey and I see like the Timberland boots, the jeans,
my sister has those.
the button-down dress shirt that was open.
Yeah.
Like that was the
Yeah.
90s look. Like I feel like in a nutshell for guys.
That's literally
Or
what
it's
it
like-
was.
Or the turtleneck.
Or
Yeah.
the turtleneck.
The turtleneck.
Yes.
Like Eric was always rocking the turtleneck.
It's like the turtleneck kids, and then they want to have that like one specific look to be just like everyone else.
So what I'm hearing a lot of is like the fashion is kind of what really is sucking you in a way. Like that seeing them, it's like you're almost being blasted back in time.
Yeah, it's really fun. And also, as somebody who like really looks at technology and like really likes it, for like I had this old habit when I was young. I used to like open the drawers in my house, in my parents' rooms, and like let's say I found an old phone, I would collect it.
That's pretty
And I have this huge pile of just old phones.
cool. Okay.
Very ancient old phones. You know, some are broken, some are not. Some are cool, some are not. So that type of thing. So when I was looking at their technology, like the literal TVs, I find that so interesting.
Yeah?
The TVs,
The
they have
tube ones.
two antennas,
Oh, the antennas, yeah.
and the tube one.
Yeah.
And when I look
the
at
TVs
that,
were like 3 feet thick.
it
Yeah.
was so. It's like
Yeah.
they look like they look like double the size of a textbook.
Oh, they're enormous. And
Yeah.
you want to talk about weight. Any TV that was bigger than like 32 inches was one, like your family was rich because to have a 32-inch TV is like was huge considering the technology. And on top of that, they weighed like 200 pounds.
I went to
Like, they're
Costco
so heavy.
with my dad because he needed to get something. And as I went with him, you can like as you enter, you find these luxurious TVs. They're
Yeah.
78 inches.
Yeah, it's like less than
For, like,
$1,000.
Yeah, less than $1,000. That's what I was about to bring
Yeah.
up, like the cost. And I found that so interesting because I was like, when I look at those shows, 38 inches, like I look at them, I'm like, okay,
They look like pieces of junk.
yes,
Yeah.
And
The
not in
furniture
an
is
offensive
hideous.
way.
The furniture is enormous
Yeah.
too. Like it's so clunky, but
And the
that's
sofas.
That's what we had.
The sofas. If I look at Friends and when you see everybody like ganging
Yeah,
up on the
yeah.
sofas, like a normal person, I would see that like, okay, that's gonna be like light. Like that's gonna be light for sure. And then I like when I look at my sofa, I can see, okay, it's light. But when I look at theirs, it's like these ones that have like things sticking out from the sides and
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
everybody's having their arms on the side of the sofas and you know, enjoying their like popcorn or whatever they're doing. Talking.
No reclined couches.
Yeah.
No recline couches. No. The 90s were a decade where you were not allowed to be comfortable ever.
Yes.
It was
So,
like so
Let's
fun.
chat about Friends for a little bit. This is going to sound very polarizing, and I have no problem saying this, and y'all could at me as much as you want. Friends sucks. The show is terrible.
Okay, I can agree with that.
You can message me on Snapchat all you want. Go ahead. Tell me how I'm wrong at the Monarch Experience podcast. But Friends sucks. Also because they're horrible friends. So, yeah.
They are not
like,
good friends.
They're horrible friends. They're horrible people. At least Seinfeld acknowledges that they're horrible people and that they're anti-heroes and that they're not good humans. Friends is horrible. I hate Friends. Ross is the most insufferable, irritating character on television history, and that says a lot because Ted Mosby from How I Met Your Mother is like the second most insufferable character ever created on television. Ross is impossible. He's pretentious. He's irritating. He's whiny. He's punchable.
He is. But
Very
what I'm
punchable,
finding
right?
really funny right now is that when I enter like a single classroom, for example, if I just go and I enter a classroom, you know what I'll probably see? I'll see that one kid that has
The Friends
jeans
hoodie?
on,
The Friends,
jeans
Friends
on,
hoodie.
and the Friends shirt
Yeah.
with all of them like across their shirt.
Yeah.
And then it says the Friends with like the dots after
With the
each
logos.
letter.
Okay, so do you like Friends or no? Because you said Friends is the first thing that came up in your mind.
It did, but that doesn't necessarily have to mean like I love
Okay.
it. I actually like
Do you like Friends?
I'm.
Don't feel intimidated that I hate Friends. I'm not going to fight you.
No, because I didn't really watch Friends
Okay.
when I was like, when I did watch Netflix and Disney Plus and everything, I tried to like stay away from shows like these because I was scared because I share a Netflix profile with my parents.
Okay.
So if they go into it and
Oh.
they'll be like, "What are you watching?"
Yeah, at times Friends. I mean,
So-
they're adults, right? They're young 20s. So
Yeah.
like there is going to be stuff. I feel like based off of the very
Nothing
little I
much,
know about
though.
you, I think you would like Friends. Don't take that as an insult after I just said Friends sucks and it's a terrible show. But the vibe I'm getting from you, I think eventually, with parental approval, I think you'd probably actually like
who
Friends.
knows? Maybe I will watch it. Actually, I should. I will. I'll try it out.
Look at that.
Okay.
Right
Yeah.
here on the podcast. A
So
life epiphany. There's two groups of people. There's Seinfeld, and then there are Friends people. And even in the 90s, when I was 7, 8, 9, 10, my parents, we had one TV in the house, right? It was 36 inches, and it was 7,000 pounds.
oh my gosh.
Yeah. And the speaker system was like from the floor to like your head.
That's
Bulky furniture.
Yeah.
And I would watch, right, because there's only one TV, so I would just kind of be in the room either playing with my toys, right, or I'd just be kind of hanging out, annoying them, and they would watch Seinfeld every, I guess, Thursday night, I think it was on. So I kind of grew up watching it, and then I've gone back and rewatched it a million times since then. I love Seinfeld. When I think of 90s TV, I think of Seinfeld because it epitomizes so much of what the 90s were also and how they were captured culturally. What's so hard for you guys to understand too is like the 90s, there was this enormous like shift in like anti-establishment again, where you've got grunge music, and we'll talk about music at some point, like grunge music, which killed off hair metal and like 80s pop and like this like rock and roll star being like squeaky clean, or not squeaky clean, God no, but like, like the guys wearing makeup and having like the spandex and like the bright colored pants, like your Poisons, your Motley Crues, your Wingers, your Whitesnake, like all of those bands. And then grunge came in and they looked like bums that got off of a bus. No offense, but that's what they look like. Some of the music is really good, I get that, and the music was heavier and the music was way more aggressive, and there's this like anti-establishment, anti-authority cultural shift that's happening again. And a lot of shows with the daytime television, like interview shows, we won't really mention them because we shouldn't talk about them, but like they kind of have this anti-establishment or like anti-parent. Like the advent of South Park coming out in the 90s was a very like anti-establishment and critical of authority figures. You see that even in like wrestling. We're not going to talk about pro wrestling, unfortunately, but like, if anyone's listening that lived through the 90s, like there was nothing bigger towards the end of the 90s than Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock and Goldberg, like, and the NWO and DX. Like those are like enormous cultural things that are a part of it, and part of that dynamic was the Attitude Era against authority. So like I think so much of that happens, and Seinfeld is a show that kind of does that too, because your characters, you're not meant to like them. Boy Meets World, you're meant to love Corey. You're meant to love like the dad, and Eric is the lovable idiot. And like Friends, they're all like, all right, we'll joke around, we'll say that they're terrible friends, but like they're all just like lovable. Chandler's like funny, Joey's hilarious, right? Like Rachel is, she's sweet, she's kind of like the ditz, she's kind of dumb,
controversial.
But Seinfeld, none of the four main characters are meant to be likable. Like they all are meant to be people that if you knew them, they're self-centered, they're self-absorbed, like they only care about themselves. That's why I love Seinfeld. And you guys obviously have not watched Seinfeld, so we won't really talk about it. But Seinfeld, and then the Seinfeld finale in '98 was like one of the highest rated, most watched television shows of all time.
I actually didn't know
huge
that.
letdown. Huge letdown. They go to jail.
Really?
Yeah. But it was like a cultural, like there's really no more, and it didn't end in the 90s, but there's no more must-see, must-watch television because you can DVR it, you can stream it whenever you want. But like when a show airs at 7 o'clock on Thursday, if you don't watch it, you're left out.
Really? Like it doesn't, you can't just like...
You could record it on your VHS, but that just wasn't a thing people did as much.
Like they just didn't want to.
Now with streaming, a show comes out and it's like the show comes out at midnight and you're all going to watch it within the first week at different points. But when a show airs on Thursday at 8, like you have to watch it because the next day at school or the next day at work, people are going to talk about it. Palak, what's some of the fashion trends of the 90s that really stand out to you that you like, that you dislike?
So, I feel like flared leggings are one of the things that like just came back out of nowhere because people wear them all the time.
I thought it was like flare jeans.
But like before, people stopped. Like
they were popular in the 70s.
Yeah, and they just come back
They came back in the They did come back in the 90s.
Yeah.
And they're coming back. I don't know girls' fashion, surprisingly.
It's like flared jeans and leggings. It's
No.
like hoodies with flared leggings and everything like that. It's just
So, boom.
a lot, yeah.
I feel like what happened was like back in like 90s, there was like flare jeans, and then I feel like people were like, but we like leggings. So people were like, we like this style, but we don't like how it's not like leggings. So they made it into like flared leggings instead of like flared jeans.
Oh,
Yeah.
are flared leggings a thing now?
Yeah. Like they literally look like flare jeans, except they're flare
They're just
leggings.
not tight around the calf.
Yeah, they're
don't
tight
know.
everywhere except
Interesting.
like
Yeah.
your
Yeah, the calf like below the knee.
That was something that was shocking because my mom's like, but I used to wear like flare jeans.
Yeah, flare jeans.
Oftenly.
Yeah, leggings are very, in the grand scheme of things, like very, very new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And very new is like athleisure, where you just wear leggings like all the time. Like guys wear joggers all the time. That's very interesting. Okay, what other fashion trends do you think of from the 90s that are really either coming back or that you like or that you're glad aren't around anymore? Like makeup wise, Palak, what stands out?
So
Another thing I know nothing about.
when like ladies did their makeup, they would make their like base, like their foundation and concealer, really cakey, and then their eyebrows, they would be like just part of a circle. They wouldn't have actual like dimension or shape,
Okay.
and they would completely fill them in. And then like the dark red
Was
lipstick,
the 90s eyebrows, wasn't that like the pencil thin
yeah,
eyebrows?
It was. Yeah. It was.
It's like I looked at references and pictures and stuff like that.
She's well researched.
Yeah. And then the lipstick, it was like a bold red.
Almost like a black. Wasn't that a color too? Like the dark colors?
It was like a crimson.
Crimson. That is
Yeah.
a great word to use for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
was. It was
It
like,
kind of suit you depending on your other facial features.
Okay.
Like skin
yeah.
tone.
It wasn't like everybody's
everything.
thing, but I feel like since it was a trend, everybody participated
to
and
do
did it.
it.
Yeah. So I can talk not obviously on the makeup behalf because I never wore makeup in the 90s.
Yeah.
Rephrase that. Never worn makeup. The guys' haircuts with a mushroom cut.
Oh, I was just about to come back to mushroom cuts.
Or like the mushroom cut part in the middle. So there was the mushroom cut bangs.
Oh, I seen that.
Which was like early JTT and Jonathan Taylor Thomas, for those of you who don't know. And then there was also the mushroom cut part in the middle that like Eric had
Oh.
for a good part of Boy Meets World. And then he kind of like grew it long. I thought he looked good with the long hair. Then he cut, but that long hair was like super popular in the 90s, like that, with like lots of volume.
I can imagine that.
I had the mushroom part down the middle in the 90s.
Really?
Really?
Oh yeah, it was.
What
It was,
happened?
what happened? I got beat up.
Oh, really?
No,
No,
Oh.
this is. Oh.
maybe.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, now this is a
Um,
confusing roller coaster.
True Confessions with Mr. Ancona. No, it just was an ugly look. Funny story. I don't know if I've told this. So I had the part in the middle, and my hair got to like right below the eyebrow.
Couldn't see.
So like you can imagine how hideous this looked. And
I really can't.
when I buzzed my hair, not shaved my head,
Oh.
but like when I buzzed my hair that year, this was 7th grade, I remember, because I was like, no, I want to do a crew cut. And I went to buzz it. I never combed the part out. Like for a year, I never combed the part out.
So what did that lead to?
So it was always just, I know what you're trying to get at. That lead to me going bald. Yes, that's my origin story.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
Okay. In
We didn't-
8th
we didn't
grade,
get it.
then I lost all of my hair. No, so I never combed the part out ever. Right. So when I buzzed it, I just had a giant like line going down the top of my head.
Oh,
Yeah.
so this is the origin story.
This
I
is
feel
the
like
origin story.
Now that
I
think
feel
And
like
then people
we
made
get
fun
to
of me,
see this.
and then I went into the girls' bathroom and I shaved my head and I said, "You can't make fun of me now."
I feel
As
like
my caked on makeup and crimson lipstick
no, this is
ran down my face.
so.
Whoa, that took a
Well,
turn. Go ahead, Rabaab.
Yeah. So when I think of like the mushroom cut, so like I was about to jump onto like mushroom, and then when I heard you, I was like, okay, so we can like talk about this. So basically, when I think of it, like this is to like all of the Stranger Things fans, because if you've seen like
Be careful, Stranger Things is 80s. Big difference.
I know, but there's one character who
Yes.
has that haircut.
Will.
Will.
Yeah, Will. Okay,
Will.
I
Our
forgot
bestie
it.
Will Byers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Will totally has the, and look, every decade, when you look at it 20 years later, every decade you kind of like, oh, that was 80s, that was 90s, but like stuff from the 80s spilled over until like
Yeah.
1992 fashion style wise. And then same thing in like the 90s. You look at movies from 2000, 2001, 2002, even 2004, there's a lot of still styles from the spiky hair, the turtlenecks, right? The chain that are still popular from the 90s. But
Well, like there was one character who had that.
yeah.
And I think when we talked about like one like style that leaked, I think one of the styles that probably leaked has to be flare jeans. Like we talked about it.
Yeah.
But it's so like you can go to like anywhere and you see like everybody has at least one pair of it. Like
the flare
yeah.
keeps coming back. Like that's what's so
Yeah.
interesting is it was huge. There were bell bottoms in the 70s. They came back in the 90s where girls did not wear any kind of pants that were not form fitted and then flared out at the end. Like I just don't remember the first time I saw skinny jeans. It was like very startling because I had just been so used to seeing girls wear bell bottoms or flared
Yeah.
or even just boot cut that it was like,
Oh.
what's wrong with your calves? Like why are your pants like that?
Yeah.
But now they're coming
Oh,
back.
yeah.
Because
So interesting.
I feel
Actually-
like most girls, as a girl, you feel like you don't want to wear skinny jeans. There's like a lot of reasons. Like maybe you just don't like the way it looks, or
Sure.
maybe
Yeah.
you just think they're ugly in general.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you look back
You
at
want something with a little bit more
then
flair.
yeah.
Yeah.
But if you look back at
Okay,
the
that's-
90s,
that's
I feel like they were able to style it nicely. Like maybe it was just like a regular plaid shirt and
Okay.
then just unbutton it.
Oh,
a
you
little
gotta go
bit.
the plaid shirt, right?
Yeah,
90s was
something
big
like
on
that.
any kind of button down that was left open,
And
Yeah.
this
right?
was kind
With
of
something
funny.
else underneath.
Yeah, and something that I found shocking was like when I joined Snapchat, which was like, I don't know, a couple years ago, I'm not sure. And when I joined it, if you look at Snapchat now, one of the like pants that are there are the flare leggings, and you can just
Okay.
change the color.
That's
yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's there.
And who
it's
is Snapchat
actually
catering towards its younger people? So I mean, that tells you it's completely coming back. No, like that's
yeah.
that's amazing.
If it's on social media and it's like prominent,
Yeah.
you know, obviously that
People
means
are
like, hey,
talking about it
Right.
it's
and
coming back
everything.
or something's like happening.
What about jean shorts? I didn't know that there were any other types of shorts for a while after, until people were like, "Dude, why are you still wearing jean shorts?" Oh, they are ugly and uncomfortable.
Actually,
I don't like. I mean, jean shorts. I guess for girls, they're shorter a lot of times, or
They're
they're capris,
shorter.
so they're like
No.
hugging at the knee. But like jean shorts with like the, I guess like the what are they like cargo? They have like the little holster for like a hammer. Is basically what it is.
Oh,
That's
okay.
like functionally what it was for, like just you can loop your hammer inside of it. Like,
Oh,
like
okay.
a hammer.
I didn't know
Oh.
that.
And if you
Oh.
look on jean shorts, a lot of them have that little loop, and it was for like to just loop.
I didn't like jean
hammer.
shorts.
I see.
Fifth
jean
grade
shorts are
me?
ugly.
No, actually, fifth grade me.
No offense, jean.
I-
No offense, jort wearers.
Yeah. Fifth grade me though, I had like this set of like, or no, not even fifth grade. I think like fourth grade me. I had this like pair of overalls that were like shaped from the bottom as shorts. So they were overall like shorts, and they were like together. And then you could just wear any type of top under it, like a pink one, a white one. You know, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
So you could just wear that under it. And I thought it was like it was the only thing I wore like the whole summer, and I got like addicted to it. So then when school started, my mom's like, okay, now you're gonna like change back into like jeans, or maybe you're gonna wear something else to school. Obviously
Sure.
not shorts, which I thought like people wore it to school. Like in the beginning of the school year, I thought
Yeah.
everybody wore it to school, but like my mom's philosophy was like, no. So I came back and I started wearing like jeans and stuff, and I was like, okay. And I saw that wasn't trendy at all. Like, wearing overalls. And I was like,
Oh,
that
the
was a
overalls
shock
were
in my
big.
mind.
Yeah, overalls were big. I think we were just watching
Yeah.
an NSYNC video, and we'll start chatting about music in a second. I think we just had an NSYNC video on, and like out of the 5 guys, I think like 4 of them had overalls on with the one strap down. What
please.
a look! Actually, it's not even just NSYNC. When I think of Tupac, who was a famous rapper in the 80s
Yeah.
and 90s. I think of like Tupac wearing overalls too. That's kind of crazy. I didn't think overalls were so big. So let's actually start
They
chatting
were.
about music during the time period too. When you think of 90s music, I have specific things that comes to my mind. What comes to your mind? And what are some of your favorite artists from the 90s?
Me personally, I like Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet Boys or NSYNC? Who's better?
That's a question. That's a real question, Palak. Who do you think? Like, what was better?
I don't listen to NSYNC or anything like that.
Okay, so Backstreet
So-
Boys.
Yeah, but there's
Alright.
also
I'm more of an NSYNC kind of guy myself.
Natalie Imbruglia.
Oh
so-
my God, Natalie Imbruglia, Torn,
Yeah,
right?
but I think you told me that was from the 80s.
I
Actually,
did? No.
it's from 1997.
No, it's definitely 1997.
Yeah.
That was 5th grade for me. I remember that.
It's really
Fifth grade
good.
for you,
I
really?
like the way she put the lyrics, and it's a little embarrassing, but I listened to it in the car once, and I think it's on my Spotify playlist
I
right
love
now.
it. That's great. What music comes to mind that you tend to find yourself listening to a lot or liking? Bands, songs? Rabaab?
Personally, I think the one that I really don't listen to it like now, but I used to listen to it a lot was Spice Girls.
Okay.
And it's probably just
Hey,
a personal
listen,
opinion.
Spice Girls, Girl Power, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, like those are like the 3. Britney Spears. Like
Britney
those
Spears,
are, like,
yes,
your
we love
4
Britney Spears.
biggest artists from just the mid to late 90s. Like they took over the world.
Yes.
Britney Spears, like, I mean, I could list like 1,000 songs of hers that just went like automatically, boom, they were like top.
Yeah.
They were amazing.
Hit Me Baby One More Time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's
I didn't want to
Circus
mention
and
songs
so
because
much
then
more.
I can go on from
I'm
that.
not a girl, not yet a woman.
Professional singer.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Spice
everybody
Girls.
loves. I mean, you're putting together a '90s playlist like with pop music. You have to have Spice Girls, "Wannabe." You have to have Britney Spears,
Yes.
"Hit Me Baby One More Time." You have to have Christina Aguilera, "Genie in a Bottle." You have to have Backstreet Boys, "Backstreet's Back." Right, like everybody. You have to have NSYNC, "Tearing Up My Heart." It's gonna be me. Bye bye bye. Like you can basically fill up a 90s playlist with just those
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
And
3 bands basically, or 4 bands or 4 artists, and you could have yourself a good like hour of some really great hits.
yeah.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. Spice Girls, I feel like Wannabe, definitely.
Yeah.
I remember you said that and I was like, yes, Wannabe. Because recently I remember like maybe just a month ago, what people do is they often like slow down a track or they increase the speed of a track
Yes.
and
Yeah.
then they put it on some sort
you
of
sample
edit.
it. Yep.
And then all of those people who are on the internet who make edits for like as their like
Mhm.
social
Yeah, their thing.
post, yeah, as their thing, and they put it up as like, yeah, this is our thing, we do it.
yeah.
So it becomes popular. Wannabe was one, or Friendship Never Ends. One of the songs.
God, yeah.
Yeah, one of the songs they made, it was like this yearbook edit, and it came up on my For You page. I was with my friend actually.
What I think is so cool to look back on is like the 90s, the pop music scene, right? And I don't think we're probably going to be talking much about grunge, although for a good 4 years, like there was nothing bigger than grunge. Like it revolutionized like music and Nirvana and Soundgarden and your post grunge alternative music with stuff like Bush and Foo Fighters, which a lot of these bands are still going strong today.
Yeah.
But I think what's interesting about the 90s too is like when you look at so many of these artists, they were all like the group, like 5 Spice Girls, 5 Backstreet Boys,
Yeah.
5 NSYNC members. There was a band called 5.
Really?
It was
I didn't know
Baby,
that.
when the
Such a
lights
creative
go
name.
out. Like, and there was 5 guys I think in it, and like they all kind of fit
Yeah.
the same archetype of like just the boy bands. You had the bad boy. You had like the
I'm laughing right
cute
now.
innocent boy next door.
What?
You had like the man of the group who was like gonna be like the next big star. You had the kind of weird eccentric one, and then you had the forgotten one.
no.
Like there was always like the, oh yeah, he was in there.
What's really funny is you're reminding me of like yearbooks, like like
Yes.
the 90s yearbooks when it was like
Yeah.
the person who has the nicest
Superlatives.
hair.
Yeah,
the
every
person
boy,
who has the nicest
but every boy
smile.
band had 5 superlatives, and they all kind of fit because they were corporate and music industry created. They weren't like, it wasn't like it was me, you, and Rabaab got together and were like, let's put together a band, man. It was
Yeah.
basically like you were on a Disney search, you were on this other Disney search, you were on this other like junior
Yeah.
Disney thing. Let's put them all together, and oh no, those 2 guys, they look too similar. Put them in different groups. And like that's kind of that's like what basically and we're thinking of like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. Those are the big ones, but those are the ones that lasted and that are nostalgic and were good. And there were so many, trust me,
I think
ones
there was
that
a lot
had
more.
one
Yeah.
song that came out and it was not good, and then they kind of died off.
I didn't
Justin
know
Timberlake
that.
was not supposed to be the star of NSYNC,
Oh,
like, which is crazy. Like it was supposed to. I forgot what the guy's name is.
yeah.
I could picture his face. He had high cheekbones. But
Uh,
Justin
he-
Timberlake wasn't supposed to be like the guy from it. He just
Yeah,
was
no.
the most talented and blew up.
I feel like that's the thing. Like a lot of, when you expect somebody to like be something, oftenly they will
Yeah.
either meet that line, increase from that line, or they will,
Sometimes
fall
the
down.
expectations are so high.
Yeah.
Fun fact about NSYNC before we move past them a little bit. Joey Fatone
Yeah.
went to my old school in Brooklyn, St.
Really?
Mary's. Yeah, and my
That's
best friend
really
at the
cool.
time, my best friend's brother was best friends with Joey Fatone. So, yeah.
That's
So-
really
So
cool.
I still remember the NSYNC album cover for that first album with Tearing Up My Heart. I still remember in 97, 96, before the album like blew up,
Okay.
my friend bringing the CD in and showing my teacher, Miss Allie, and saying, "Do you remember Joey Fatone? That's him." And she was like, "Oh my God, yeah." And me being like, "What? I don't understand." And like my friend's like, "They're gonna be a huge deal, like really soon." And I remember that was like our big claim to fame at St. Mary's. We were like, "We're the home of Joey Fatone."
Really?
That's a great rhyme
That's
too.
that's a nice
Musical
like,
mascot,
motto.
Joey Fatone.
Right?
Yeah.
I think he like came back one time. Like it was a big deal. People were like, "Oh, why isn't Lance or Justin Timberlake here?" Like, you get just Joey Fatone, you get what you get, and you don't get upset. It's
Yeah, that's
the best we can do.
Yeah, I think if there was a celebrity in our school, I think that would be like a moment of shock for everybody.
Jagan Mosley, NCAA Sportsman of the Year, played for Georgetown Hoyas.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
Jagan Mosley.
I didn't know
Jagan
that.
Mosley had him on the podcast. He's played semi-pro ball, played for college basketball. He was really good.
No, I
so-
didn't actually know that, but that's a nice piece to know.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. Most importantly, he's a good guy. So let's kind of pivot from music. We can talk a lot. 90s had a lot of eclectic music for sure. I mean, Metallica had their biggest album selling to date at the time with the Black Album. There's so much going on. Tupac and rap, and oh my God, we could talk about like the hip hop and rap wars, East Coast, West Coast,
Oh
with
my God,
Biggie
hip-hop.
and Tupac at the center of it. Like there's so much going on in the 90s, and it feels like we're only able to skim the surface.
Like scratch it.
But I
kind of.
love Tupac.
The people who we now see, like you don't see a lot of like rap artists from like the 90s, but you might see like, for example,
No, they're all dead.
They are?
They're all dead.
I didn't know that because I'm taking
Yeah,
like
like
Britney
they-
Spears
no, they
inspiration, and
they
she's still alive.
legitimately. I'm not trying to make light of it. But the 90s was such a crazy time period for music because Tupac and Biggie are at the center of this East Coast record label versus West Coast record label war, where literally Tupac's guys shot Biggie and then Biggie's guys shot Tupac, and like they killed them both.
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
like, you look into this a little bit, like, but it's
You know what?
amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing because it's senseless and it's a horrible tragedy that happened, but that was like so common
I
to
don't
have.
know.
You know diss tracks that are been
Yeah.
going on forever, but like Tupac and Biggie would trade barbs and have these diss tracks, but they were not just for beef and for content and for follows. They were legitimately like,
Enemies.
this is a diss track, and I'm gonna shoot you. But so many of them, Dr. Dre, like these are huge artists in the rap industry they're still around, but the rest of them, unfortunately, aren't. The two big ones aren't around anymore.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what the truth is: Jurassic Park is the greatest movie of all time. That's the truth.
I love Jurassic Park, and maybe it's just me. I don't know what people's opinion is about Jurassic Park, but always number one was like the 90s version of Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah. No, the sequels
Amazing.
not good. The reboot with Jurassic World,
I said amazing.
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, nostalgia for the 90s. So we reboot Jurassic Park and we do Jurassic World. Like,
It wasn't that unique, you know. When I after I watched it, I was like, okay, maybe I'll do like a little research of my own, and maybe I'll look into it.
I'm so fascinated by everything about the making of Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
The CGI still holds up. Like, the scene with the Brontosaurus, when you first see him, looks a little flat at times. Like, you can kind of see the limitations of the CGI.
Yeah.
But, like, the T-Rex
Because
moving, when that T-Rex comes out of the cage and is moving, and you see the Velociraptors moving in full speed, that CGI looks amazing. They were going to use stop animation.
No,
originally.
actually, what's really cool is for the first movies, they were mostly using stop animation, but also they were using animatronics,
Yeah, the
like
animatronics.
literal animatronics.
Some of the
So-
scenes, but you can see
Yeah.
like when you just see the T-Rex's head, it's animatronics.
Yeah.
But then when you see it moving, it's CGI. And I'll fight you. Like, you can't tell the difference between this is CGI, this is the animatronic. It's so advanced for its time.
It's so cool. I love what like movie makers do and what they do in general because I find it so fascinating. Avatar. I know it's not 90s,
Yeah.
but the technology
Yeah.
for what it was made like 11, 13 years ago.
Yeah.
But what it is now is like amazing. I watched it and
Yeah.
I thought it was amazing. I thought everything about it was amazingly
Isn't Avatar
awesome.
the highest grossing movie of all time?
No, the maker, I forgot who made
James
the
Cameron?
movies. He's the first one to have like 3
In
movies.
the top 5, yeah.
Yeah.
James Cameron's, I mean.
He's
like,
amazing.
Amazing. Terminator 2 is another one. We won't talk about Terminator 2, but like Terminator 2 is another amazing
I mean,
example
it
of
was really
a
good.
movie that the CGI, the special effects are unbelievable. When he rips his arm off and you see the
It's
skeleton,
so cool.
look, it's special effects, but it's such an iconic scene. We didn't talk about actors at the time, but like Arnold Schwarzenegger is
Amazing.
what The Rock is now, as far as being a phenomenon and just this enormous box office movie attraction. Except the only difference is Arnold made really good movies that are not forgettable. And no offense to The Rock, but there's not one movie he's made where you go, you need to see this.
Going back to Jurassic, though,
Yeah.
something that I saw, which I was so interested by, is when the kids are getting attacked by the T-Rex.
Yeah.
What's really funny is it's an actual animatronic, but the kids actually didn't know that the animatronic was going to come at them.
Oh, that's cool.
And that made the final sequel.
Yeah.
And I was
expects
so
them
amazed by it.
to actually look scared so that you don't.
Don't think, just react.
Yeah.
Because when
Yeah.
you look at
Really
them, you're like,
interesting.
oh, they're obviously acting. But when you look at not just Jurassic Park, but a lot of different TV shows and movies, when a character shows like some specific emotion or reaction, sometimes it's like real.
Yeah.
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 Scared
And that's like
or
when
they're
it's
upset.
when
It's really cool.
So obviously we couldn't move on from talking about movies without talking about the biggest phenomenon in movie history. I think it's the third highest grossing movie of all time, Titanic.
I didn't watch it.
It's really long. I'll tell you how it ends. The boat sinks.
Wow!
Wow,
thank you for this
thank
new
you.
information.
This
You're
is like
welcome.
the
Save you the
newest
3 hours.
information
All
ever.
right? Look, they fall in love. He dies.
Who falls in love?
There's room on the raft for Jack to get on. She doesn't let him on. She says,
Really?
"I'll never forget you," and then lets him sink to the bottom of the ocean.
No way.
He dies. Yeah.
I
And
am.
then she just throws the necklace back in the ocean.
Why'd she do that?
The whole movie is they're looking for this ruby of the ocean or whatever it's called. They're talking to her as an old lady, and she tells this story that goes on forever about how she fell in love with Leonardo DiCaprio's character. And then only at the end, when they're not looking, she throws it back in the ocean.
Oh
My heart will go on. Celine Dion.
This is new. I mean, you just saved me 3
Saved you
hours.
3 hours.
Thank
You
you.
saved me 3 hours
it is
and
an
4 hours of confusion.
It is an amazing movie, and it was like in 1997, 98. Like if you didn't see Titanic, you were a loser. Like you needed to go see it. I remember going to the movie theater and seeing it and being like, "Oh my god, that's what true love is. It's so romantic." I didn't know, but it was. I mean, it's a good movie. It's just long. All right.
Alright.
So we're going to do a whole bunch of 90s things. We're going to do which
Okay.
cultural trend is better.
All right.
Which one do you like more?
Okay.
All right.
Works.
Baggy pants or flare jeans? Palak?
I feel like again, it depends. Like,
Pick.
what are
No,
you wearing
depends.
it with?
Oh, you choose. Which one do you think is more versatile then?
Flare jeans.
Okay. They had Jenko jeans. They were like, at the time it was crazy expensive for a 13-year-old, but they were like $150, $200 jeans.
Would
They
people
were
actually buy it?
enormous. My mom was like, if you think I'm going to buy you those jeans that look like a bed sheet, they were ugly. Yeah, they were popular.
Yeah.
Rabaab, baggy jeans or flare jeans?
This is the hardest question of my life because I wear baggy jeans.
And we're starting with it.
Yeah, because I wear baggy jeans every day,
Okay.
and then I wear like flare pants very often. But I would have to go with baggy pants. Baggy pants, I think.
Okay.
Or like baggy jeans.
Let's
either
do
one.
these kind of rapid fire. I'm gonna skip CDs or VHS. I don't think you guys even know.
Oh, I know what they are because I mean, like, they're
CDs
old,
or
though.
VHS. Rabaab.
CDs.
I'm going CDs. I collected CDs all the way up until like 2 years ago. to be honest.
Because I have a whole folder that's filled up with
Yeah, I
CDs,
have,
like multiple,
yeah.
and they're just stacked.
I
and-
also like the visual
so
of
much
them.
room.
I mean, records are pretty awesome because they're bigger, but CDs at least were cool. VHSs sucked because you have to rewind them all the
No.
time.
I didn't like them because like they're like these small black boxes.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't interesting. And then you looked at a
Yeah.
CD and you're like, oh wow, this is cool. I get to stick it in
Pollock, you have any
mouth.
preference?
my.
No,
Okay.
because I can like barely tell the two.
So the
they are.
Rachel haircut. So Rachel, the character, that's what it was called. The Rachel haircut from Friends. You could Google it if you need to. Or frosted tips.
I'm searching up frosted
What do you
tip
mean,
because
like,
I don't know
like
what that
the
is.
So
ends?
guys would know it would be a guy thing. So the guys would have like spiked hair. You can literally Google it if you need to.
Rachel hair.
And the tips of the spikes would be frosted, like bleached.
oh,
Rachel
so
haircut,
like
definitely.
Rachel haircut.
Yeah.
I mean, I know like if you have like
It's
somebody.
kind of like, well,
It's a little
I don't
dated.
like it.
if you look at her haircut, I feel like it would remind someone of like curtain bangs. You're getting a blowout.
Okay.
but
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
not
it looks like a
really-
blowout.
Curtain
Yeah.
bangs are like kind of trendy.
You're
I
not
guess.
going to get a
Oh.
look with the Rachel, but if you were rocking the frosted tips, people are going to probably laugh at you and be like, dude, what are you doing?
I don't.
Um,
I don't think so.
Let's not do better insult. I don't think you guys get it. Bandana or snapback backwards hat?
Bandana. No judge.
I have to agree with Rabaab.
Because the
snap-
snapback backwards was like, you were cool if you had that.
yeah,
Yeah.
you were
But you
cool.
like bandana more.
But bandana
I used to
Because-
be a big bandana wearer. Like,
when you had hair.
no, after I had hair because
I'm sorry, that was kind of
no,
mean.
I just liked wearing it because it would keep the sweat out of my eyes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I feel like
That's creative.
snap
Tupac wore a bandana too.
snapback backwards hat.
he dead,
It's
though?
like
Yes.
in the 90s, you would think you were cool in like a really different way than now. So
No, you thought you were cool.
Yeah.
There's no different cool.
there's different.
There's
no,
just cool.
When I say that, I mean like as in what you wear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what
it looks
you do.
different. Cool looks different, but
Yeah.
cool is always cool.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you look,
What you guys think is cool now, you yourselves will not think is cool in 5 years.
yeah.
no, I mean, like,
Or
light up
even 2
sneakers.
months.
No.
Short term.
No, question is like, light up sneakers or like white sneakers right now, and that's like the difference.
Then to now. Oh,
Yeah.
Well, that's hard because
I wanted light up sneakers when
I
I was
did
like
too.
in first
I
grade.
did.
I
too.
did too.
But I
then,
think-
like a few years ago, I was like telling my mom to get rid of them and to get me new shoes because I felt like it was embarrassing. I didn't want to wear them, so I would always wear boots even though I didn't need to because even if I did wear them,
And this
I
is
would
how
walk.
Balak failed gym.
Yeah, I would walk like really lightly
because you wanted to look cool.
I didn't
'cause
want
you
them
didn't want the lights
I
to
didn't
trigger.
want them to light up because
Oh,
it was
that
so
is hilarious.
embarrassing.
That's
That is-
incredible. Ripped jeans or turtleneck? I have
Ripped jeans.
I have an accidental rip in my jean, and I'm not a big fan. Both of you said ripped jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like turtlenecks. Flannel or sweater tied around
Flannel.
the waist?
Sweater tied around the waist.
Yeah, I kind of like the sweater tied around the waist too
I like
because
it,
it
but
allows you to
no.
bring a sweater, but also not
Yeah.
have to wear it. It's functional and stylish.
Yeah,
Oh,
when
actually,
I
I'd
was
change
in
it. I'd
first
change it.
grade, even if it was cold, I wanted to wrap it around my waist
Yeah,
because everyone
it's
else
cool.
was doing it.
Gushers or fruit roll-ups?
Oh, this is hard.
Gushers.
Really?
I've seen gushers before.
I'm
and
gonna
now
go
I
fruit
forgot what
roll
they
up.
look
I don't like the liquid explosion of gushers. Like it's gross.
I
It
feel
feels like you're eating a pimple.
It's like those like no, you know those like fruit jellies.
Yeah.
It's the fruit jellies, like the fruit
Yeah.
jelly fruits. Yeah,
I mean,
So
fruit
which one are
jelly
you going with?
fruits.
I think it's fun how they make a mess.
I don't like it.
Fruit roll
I
up.
like fruit roll-up.
Yes, I don't know.
I don't like.
This is hard.
sometimes my fruit
Because you
roll
can
up.
break them into parts and
It
then take a
seems
little nail.
impossible, but it gets like stuck to the parchment paper, and then
That's
it's
impossible. You're doing it wrong.
I know because it's parchment paper.
It's
so
old,
you
probably.
wouldn't-
No, parchment paper shouldn't stick to.
Exactly, that's
parchment
why-
paper has one purpose, and
Yeah.
it is not to stick.
Yeah, that's
It's
why.
literally what
but
you use to like.
There's also
Not
the
You're
other
getting like
paper.
bootleg fruit roll up. That's why. Rugrats or Hey Arnold?
Hey Arnold.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Hey
Ooh,
Arnold too.
I like Rugrats more. I like Rugrats. Bagel Bites or Lunchables?
Lunchables.
I've never had a Lunchable before.
I'm gonna go. Oh man, Bagel Bites are good, but I think
Bagel
really
bites are
good.
good, but the thing is, like, they
I
give
like
you
the
like
variety.
these circle, crunchy, stale.
Yeah.
They're usually stale.
yeah.
When I
you
buy
say
them,
bagel
I
bites,
can't.
do you mean like the mini bagels with like the sauce and the cheese
Yeah.
on them?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna go with Lunchables for that.
Lunchables though, you get a variety, so I do like that.
I
I
probably
do like Lunchables for that
prefer
reason.
bagel bites because first of all, I've never had like Lunchables before. I didn't like bring them for lunch, but I like how Lunchables has a variety. But I feel like bagel bites because Lunchables like cold, and I don't like how they give you like pizza sauce because pizza is not meant to be eaten cold.
No, you can. You're
No,
supposed to bake them.
You can eat
Yeah.
it cold.
Yeah, you're
but
supposed to bake them.
They're
If
not
you
like
go to-
Lunchables are like kind of like a little mini snack.
Yeah.
They're not like
Yeah.
they're not something you'd like. I brought a Lunchable to school.
Yeah, I don't
people
think
do
you're. I
that.
don't think it's gonna work like that.
But
Uh,
yeah,
Ninja Turtles or Power Rangers?
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers
Ooh,
definitely.
I'm going Ninja Turtles. Although Power Rangers were the
They were
bomb.
like
They were the
I-
bomb back then, and
Nev-
the bomb was a catchphrase or slang you would use. Oh, that's the bomb,
no.
which is the current version of, or the current version is
No.
that's lit.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
really?
But if
Okay.
the
Same thing.
bomb is Ninja Turtles being cool, then that bomb like exploded a really long time ago.
Oh, Bullock went really hard.
Look
right
at that.
there. No.
Fine. One
Yeah.
more: Skechers or Adidas?
Oh,
Adidas.
Adidas. Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say Adidas
I think,
too.
I think so too.
Also,
like those Skechers
Power
jokes
Rangers for Power Rangers, just something to like say. They like there's like 4 of them like remakes
Yeah.
on
No,
Netflix.
there's way more. There's way more. They've
There's
continued
so
to
many
still go.
remakes.
Same thing with Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Listen, we could talk for another hour, 2 hours on all things 90s. There's so many things that we didn't talk about. So many things we didn't really even delve into as much as we could have. But Palak, Rabaab, this was a ton of fun. I had a great time doing this. Let's definitely talk about another decade, another time for sure. Until then, thanks for listening to the Monarch Experience podcast. Stay safe, stay hungry. See ya.